is it important to be independent in your relationship? Why? Being independent in your relationship means that you're bringing something to the relationship and your partner is bringing something to the relationship. And together, you guys are going to make that work and form into a beautiful thing. But if you come into the relationship with nothing and all you're doing is depending on your partner to provide everything, then there is going to be a strain in the relationship. Your partner is going to be the one carrying all the burden while you're there free like a bird running around and you are taking no responsibility. That's not fair. And that's not good for you either, because that will leave the door open for your partner to take advantage of you. Look at it this way. You come into the relationship with nothing and looking to your partner to provide everything. So that means food, clothing, a roof over your head, everything, your basic needs, your partner has to provide that for you. And then if your partner doesn't, then guess what? You're out in the cold. You have absolutely nothing. What's going to happen after that? Your partner now can say, hey, jump. And the only answer you're going to have to that is, how high? Because your partner has control of everything. Your partner has control of you. So don't go into a relationship with nothing. You bring something and your partner brings something. You guys may bring different things to the relationship, but together it works. So before you go into a relationship, you have to make something of yourself. Very simple and very easy. So if you're a young adult, education is very important. Go to school, get your education, get everything you need up here so that you can go out there and find a nice job or open your own company, whatever you have to do, but be an independent individual before coming into a relationship. Find yourself, find your passion, go after your dreams. And once you achieve that, then you can actually look into forming a binding relationship with your partner, meaning getting married. And if you want that relationship to last, and if you want to be respected in your relationship, you have to come to the table with something. You cannot depend on your partner for everything. Now, I know that there are people who depend on their partner for everything, but the question is, are they happy? Do they wish that things would be different? Do they wish they didn't have to depend on their partner for everything? Listen, every relationship is different. Every culture is different. I know in some culture, women are not allowed to work, but if you're supposed to do the research on that, think about women who have to hide to go to school so that they can learn to read, or women who are not allowed to work. And so every bread that comes in their home, it's because their partner provides it. In this case, or in those countries, the men are the one who go out and work and provide the bread for the household. But those women wish that they would be independent enough where they can go out and find their own bread, buy their own clothes and do their own thing. But unfortunately, they don't have that legacy. But here in this open forum, you guys are not living under that subjection. You're free. You have the ability to go to school to the highest level that you want. You have the ability to get a job, the highest level job that you want. You can do that because in the US, it's a free country where you can grow and achieve as much as you want. The sky is the limit. So something as simple as reaching for your goals, why not do that? At this young age where you are, a young adult, this is the age that you should be starting to think about yourself. Think about where you want to go. Think about what you want your life to be. You have to start doing that now so that you can actually create that path for you to follow in order to achieve those goals. Life is what you make it. If you sit down and do nothing, then you achieve nothing. But if you go after your dreams and you push, and every day you take a step towards your goal, guess what? You are going to get there. Some people are going to get there quicker than others. But the important thing is that every day you're doing something towards achieving that goal. And believe me, little by little, you're going to take those steps, and one day you're going to get there. And when you get there, you're going to be looking back and wondering, how did I get here? But subconsciously, you're not realizing that all those little moves that you were making, they were actually setting you up for the bigger picture. Go after your dreams and don't let anyone stop you. It's very important to bring that into a relationship. Being independent is like the world. Being able to do what you want to do, go where you want to go, buy what you want to buy without depending on somebody else, that's big. That is really big. And everybody pretty much is fighting every day to get to that independence or to hold on to that independence. The people who are rich, they are doing whatever they have to do in order to keep that wealth. Yeah. And then the people who are poor or middle class, they are trying to step up their game so that they can get to the scale of being wealthy. So it's a constant fight every day to actually get to that step. But you should be fighting to make something of yourself. And if you have made something of yourself, then it's something that you can be proud of. You may not be rich, but you will have the things that your heart desire. It may not be to live in $1 million house. It could just be just to buy a house, just to own a house, whatever the case is. But if you're going to think about getting in a relationship, you have to take care of yourself. You have to find yourself first before you go into that relationship, because you need to bring your piece of the puzzle to the table. And so the two of you together become one. And now when you bring kids in the mix, you don't have to worry about the kids or spending time away from them, holding down 2 or 3 jobs. You'll be able to focus on the kids because guess what? You have already achieved your goals. You have already set yourself up in life so that you can spend that time on raising your kids. You know, taking family vacations, doing things together as a unit versus you out there running around just trying to make ends meet and your partner's out there running around trying to make ends meet. No, you want to be prepared in your relationship financially, all the alleys that you need to be before you bring kids into the relationship. So again, make something of yourself before you think about settling down with someone. Because on the outside, relationships may seem as if they're easy, especially if there are people that you idolize and you see that they've been married for 10, 20, 30 years and you're like, oh, I want to be like them. But you don't know what is going on behind the scenes. You don't know that they're arguing and fighting about money. You don't know that part because they don't share that. You just see that outside shell and it looks so pretty and you want to be able to have one of those shells. But a lot of hard work goes into that. So you're going to have couples who fight about money, but they know how to keep it together. That is just their struggle, you know, financially in their relationship. But once they have a common ground and a meeting ground and they come together and they talk about their issues and they set up a plan, then they are able to move on those plans and to make their relationship work. There are other people who have cheating issues in their relationship. They have money, but now somebody is cheating in the relationship. That is something else that they have to deal with. A lot of people are in relationships where their partners have cheated on them and they forgave them and they made up. And so now they're living life beautifully, but you don't know about that. You don't know. You just see the pretty outside where these people have been together for 10, 20, 30 years and you want to have that. They have issues too. So the point I'm trying to make is if you work on yourself and you come into the relationship being independent and being able to take care of yourself, then if something were to happen in that relationship and for whatever reason, God forbid, you find yourself on the outside, you can still take care of yourself because you're educated. So if you're no longer in that relationship, you still have your job, right? You can go out there and buy another house if you don't get the one that you're in, if the relationship ends for whatever reason. But you can buy a car if you don't have a car, or you will have the means to get those things that you had together in the relationship, but now that you're on your own, you can still afford them on your own. So don't be dependent on your partner for everything, especially in this modern day life. Try to have something of your own. Develop a career, develop a business, do something for yourself, something that is going to pay off in the long run, something that is going to make you happy, something that is going to make you feel fulfilled. Make something of yourself before you get involved in a long-term relationship, before kids come into the picture, before the relationship that you envisioned that would last a lifetime comes to an end for whatever reason and you're left out in the cold. But if you have your career, if you worked on yourself before that relationship, you won't be in that cold for too long. You may be cold because you don't have a partner, but you're not going to be cold because you don't have a place to live, because you don't have a job. That will not be your issue. Your issue will be to finding the next person who is going to make you complete, and that person who is actually meant for you. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me a comment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.